What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Growl. I hope that everybody enjoyed their Christmas holiday. And this wasn't the first video I expected to make coming out of the break, but yeah, it's the biggest news so far coming out of Week 16. So the Washington football team has decided to release second-year quarterback Dwayne Haskins following a loss with the division on the line where he didn't play very well. They've decided to move away from the quarterback. And the crazy thing is, I made a video about him a few months ago where he was benched, and not only benched, but he was moved down to the third string quarterback under Kyle Allen and Alex Smith. And at the time I was like, well, it's obvious his career is over in Washington. They're basically saying that you are our last resort. And like I said at the time, Washington still had a chance to win the division. And fast forward to now, they still are in the lead, but this past loss really, complicated things for them. So I just want to say that I'm a little disappointed in Haskins, man, because he got an opportunity that, when you get put in that type of situation where you move down to a third string after being a first round pick, it's obvious that your performance and things like that hasn't been the greatest, and they're basically looking at you as a bust right now. And he's actually got an opportunity to get back into the game, because at the time I was like, well, that's the end of Haskins. We won't be seeing him in Washington anymore, at least. And he actually got another opportunity to play. And you would think that, we still in the lead of the division, which, isn't that great. But Washington has been playing a lot better than the other teams. Their defense is playing pretty good. And the offense has been performing pretty decently. So I'm like, you got an opportunity to, well, you can take this and run with it, man. Show that you were deserving of that first round pick. And he didn't, his performance just didn't show that he was the guy, and like I said, man, people was trying to spin this narrative, and they still are. I still see it a little bit after this news was released that it's because he's black or whatever. But look, man, I'm black, and I can honestly, if you're a football fan, you can look at Haskins and tell, bro, he just doesn't have it right now. He doesn't have it right now. He's just not the guy, and for where they picked him, with all the other needs they have on that team, you would think, one of the biggest needs they had was a quarterback. It's like, the guy had a chip on his shoulder. He felt like he was disrespected with his draft placement and things like that, and the people that was drafted ahead of him. So this would be a perfect opportunity for you to go out there and show why, those teams were wrong about not taking you when, before Washington, before you fell so low to Washington, when you were like pretty much the first quarterback people felt like you should have been taking, I don't know, man, but that's just my thoughts on it. So the couple of incidents that kind of happened, like I said, earlier this season, he was benched because I think he was celebrating, or he celebrated throwing his first 300 yards in a game in a loss, and it kind of made him look like he wasn't a team player. He was only interested in his own stats. And I guess I kind of understood that at the time, but I still didn't think it was so worthy of him being dropped all the way to third string. But like I said at the time, Rivera didn't draft Haskins, and that team was in shambles around the time Haskins was drafted. So he came into a bad situation to begin with. But to move forward, and the guy, even in his rookie season, he didn't seem like he was taking it too serious about learning the play. I won't say learn the playbook, but when Case Keenum was starting, he was just like on the sideline, just sitting off, to the side, where most younger quarterbacks would try to, be on the sideline with the veterans trying to pick up on some things. Just didn't seem like he was too interested in that, and those kind of things, they kind of come back. As sad as it is, they kind of come back to bite you in situations like this. It just makes it seem like you have an ego that's too big for any team to want to deal with, because you just feel like, I was the first round pick. I'm supposed to be the guy. Nothing wrong with feeling like that way, but you still have to go out there and earn it. It's not going to be given to you. And that was like the first big red flag, I guess, that people have noticed with Haskins. And but past all that, recently he was caught in a strip club on camera during the pandemic, not wearing a mask. And look, the him being in the strip club thing, I don't care about. I don't think that's a problem, honestly. It's just the fact that right now a lot of teams are taking big hits with this COVID thing, because the NFL has no fucking clue what they're doing on how they're handling it. So you would think the last thing you need your starting quarterback to be doing is, caught in a strip club without a mask. And look, I understand. Look, he's a young guy. He's going to do things like that. And I don't even think that's the issue. But, man, you got to just with a mask. That's not hard to do, So afterwards, I think he was stripped of his captain status before this game. And like I said, they lost, still in the lead for the division because the division is not very good. But he didn't play well. That Panthers team is they fight in every game. Like they're not a great team, but it was a team good enough for him to go out there and prove that. Look, with the division on the line, a playoff spot, and my job on the line, I'm going to go out there and ball. I mean, that Panthers defense is not anything great, and he just didn't play well. And I mean, that pretty much hurt his case, and that alone, followed by the mad situation in the strip club or whatever. And for whatever reason, after the game, it was reported that he refused to speak with the media, and I think that's been debunked. I think it was like a misunderstanding. It doesn't matter now because he's been released, but I mean, who knows what happened with that situation. But it just kind of seems like Haskins has, a very big ego, and, when you have an ego like that, you at least have to perform, put something behind it. You got to have a resume at least. And I mean, he just dropped the ball. So, like I said, man, I'm still rooting for the guy. He's a young man. I think he has the talent. He's shown flashes at times, but I think he needs to take this a little more serious because it's going to be an uphill battle for him now, moving forward to get a starting job in the league. But the thing is, he's still young and he has, a lot of time. If he's under the right coaching staff and things like that in the right situation, I think he'll be fine, but right now it's just not the time. So, that sucks, but I mean, he was given that opportunity. He just didn't take advantage of it. So I have right here both statements from Dwayne Haskins and the Washington organization. I'm going to start with Haskins, where he says, "My time with the Washington football team has unfortunately come to an end. I thank the team and fans for the opportunity to play for the team I grew up rooting for. I take full responsibility for not meeting the standards of an NFL quarterback and will become a better man and player because of this experience." I've seen some people said that, because he privated his Twitter that he's not taking responsibility. But again, man, the guy's young. Give him a break. Look, he made a mistake. He made some mistakes, I should say. And hopefully that's true. Hopefully he does learn from that and becomes a better quarterback and, just a better person in general, something to learn from. Like I said, he's still young. And I'm pretty sure he'll take this as a learning experience. And he still, has time to get another starting spot in this league, eventually, even like I said, it wouldn't be easy, but he still has that opportunity. But from there, I want to read the statement from Ron Rivera. He says, "This afternoon I met with Dwayne and informed him that we will be releasing him. I told him that I believe it benefits both parties that we go our separate ways. We want to thank Dwayne for his contributions these last 2 seasons and wish him well moving forward." Again, like I've been saying, man, the biggest thing that I take away from this is I tell people that Ron Rivera didn't draft Dwayne Haskins. I could see if he drafted him, maybe he would have tried to take a little more time and, work on his development. But that's how it goes when coaches come into situations with a quarterback that they didn't necessarily draft. If he's not performing well, they don't have that loyalty to them, So, like I said, man, it's this whole situation sucks, but like I said, I does think it benefits both parties. I think Haskins needs a change of scenery, and Washington just needs to, move forward and picking a different quarterback. I mean, it is what it is. It's how this business works. So, I don't even know what would be a potential landing spot for Haskins. Honestly, I think that wherever he ends up, he just have to take that opportunity and run with it. It's not too late. So, like I said, I can't even think of another place where he could really end up. But yeah, that's all I got for that, man. Like I said, it sucks for Dwayne Haskins and it sucks for the fans of Washington. I see how teams that have to deal with like having a quarterback, that gets drafted so high, you have faith in them, and they don't end up working out. I mean, I'm pretty sure that sucks, because you have high expectations for him. And yeah, man, it's a shitty situation, but that's all I got for that, man. Hopefully, like I said, we'll see how things play out in the next couple of seasons with this tip. But that's all I got, man. I'm out.